Hello, I'm Callum. I work for the RHS, normally behind the camera. Today I'm going to be in front of it doing a project from Adam Frost's new book, The Creative Gardener. Full disclosure, I don't know what I'm doing DIY-wise, so I brought Ellice with me.
Hello.
Who also doesn't know what she's doing, but it'd be good to have an extra pair of hands. So yeah, let's get going. So the project I'm going to do is I'm going to make a coffee table planter. And that's because when I moved into this house, I inherited this galvanised bath, and I just thought I'd use that. I'd get some plants from the RHS shop, I'd get some compost and grit, borrow some tools and give it a go. Because if I can do this, then I'm pretty sure that anyone else can. Wait, where's my pencil? Wait, it's here. Pencil, that's the stone that we're using.
Okay.
Cool, so we're gonna mark out that. So the general idea of this is that this is going to get filled with compost and grit, and then we're going to have some alpine succulents planted in it with some placemats sort of spread around, so you can put your coffee, your tea, a glass of champagne if you're feeling fancy. So it's going to be lovely and living and really nice addition to your garden. And the first step is to start by making the placemats. The book says to mark some lines in pencil on here, which we're then going to cut out with an angle grinder. Cool, so finished drawing out my two coasters. There's one there, one there. The next step is to get an angle grinder and cut them out. Let's just fingers crossed I don't lose one of those fingers.
Secure the stone firmly on the ground so it won't move. I sometimes wedge it between larger pieces of stone. Then use a small angle grinder to cut out your shape.
So I've got my angle grinder plugged in, ready to go. The stone is on the ground, nice and secure. I've also got my safety kit. So I've got a dust mask, I've got safety goggles, and I've got gloves. So yeah, this should all hopefully go well. Hit a slight problem. I don't think the angle grinder blade goes all the way through the stone. So, have to figure this one out. DIY! Okay, it's a bit scary, but you know, got it done. Angle grinder blade wasn't thick enough to get through the slab, but the book says...
The book says that you can use a bolster chisel and a lump hammer.
Great, so we'll do that.
I thought you had one a minute ago.
But yeah, mine's different. But I've got an actual one that's meant for this. Aha! Chisel. Right, plan is, get the chisel in there. Give it a whack.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes! Look at that! Wicked. Oh. Well, that one's broken a little bit, but still pretty good shape though.
Still a really good shape.
Thank you. Yes. Placemats.
Once you've cut your shapes, work the surface of the stone with a claw bit chisel and dummy mallet to get the effect that you want.
What, just hit it?
I use the claw bit in different directions to create an interesting texture.
Oh. Well, I suppose I'll hit this in different directions then. Why do I get the feeling that this is just... I'm going to hit this for ages and it's not going to look any different. But, you know, Adam Frost knows what he's talking about. Am I doing it right?
I think you're doing it right. It will probably just take a while.
Look, there's texture coming in now, probably, yeah. I suppose it's giving it a texture. Being honest, I reckon there's a knack to this that maybe it comes from doing it more than once. I reckon Adam Frost probably knows a bit more about this than me, because at the minute I reckon that looks like a child has attacked this with a chisel. But you know, it might weather nicely. Well, that's what the book claims, doesn't it?
Yes, it will weather beautifully over time.
Yeah, weather beautifully over time. Let's just soften these edges a bit more and then call it a day. Yeah. I reckon we're about done. What do you think?
Yeah, actually I think it looks really beautiful.
Yeah?
I think the texture's really nice.
All right, yeah, a little bit of weathering. That'll be nice. Yeah?
Really good.
Right, next one.
Oh, it flicked on my head. It's good, it's easy. Callum made it look really difficult, but it's actually not. I'm done.
You done?
You do the rest.
Cheers. So, the next stage would be, in the book, to drill holes into the bottom of this, but my one comes with holes, so I don't need to do that. It's good, isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah. Still got most of a paving slab, but I'll just use maybe some of it as crocks, put it in the bottom.
Yeah.
Just keep breaking it up. Cool. All right.
So after the crock, it's a layer of grit,
Yeah.
and then it's the compost and grit mix on top of that.
Right. So putting the crocks in.
Some of them are kind of upright, which might help with the
Like that.
drainage.
Then a layer of grit.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. Oh, Stanley knife. No, it's gone.
Just use your chisel and the hammer again.
Right, I've got scissors. Yeah?
I think that's okay.
A layer of grit?
The picture shows the grit totally covering the crock, so maybe add a bit more. The next stage is making up a planting mix of roughly 60% peat-free compost and 40% horticultural grit.
All right. Do you reckon that's like in weight or in like volume?
It doesn't say, but I think volume.
All right, cool. Try that. Mix up some more if we need it.
Yeah.
Cool, then what?
And then add the mix to the container, allowing enough space at the top to add your plants.
Oh yeah, there we go. Just below the rim.
And then position your stone placemats in the compost on either side of the container.
Okay, bring that one there. On there?
That looks good.
Yeah.
It says make sure they are level and sit in firmly. Don't put them too close to the edge as you want the plants to wrap around them. Arrange your plants around the placemats. Adam starts by putting in a few key plants, then pick out one colour and use other plants to create a rhythm.
Do you want to help me? Should we arrange them on top? All right, so pass me those big ones.
These ones?
Yeah, we'll start with these like here, like two of them over here maybe.
Okay.
One of them over there.
Yeah, that looks good.
Cool, and then we'll do the delospermas. Yep. Stick that one over there. Okay.
Oh, and there's another one.
So do you reckon we plant these?
Yeah.
And then we'll see what gaps we've got and slot those in those gaps.
Yeah, that
Cool.
sounds good.
There's a trowel here, Bergenavoul, available from the RHS shop. And I've got one from Homebase.
What's an undulation?
Up and down, like hills are undulating because they,
Okay,
Yeah?
sure. What are you going to start with?
Sempervivum cereus. A mat forming hardy sempervivum with red tinged leaves and a spider's webbing.
Oh, beautiful.
Very easy to grow.
I'm going to start around the placemat.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That was all right. Look, nice and easy. And then just backfill with the soil around there.
How did you pull it out?
You turn it upside down. and just like tap the pot. Yep, should just come out. There you go.
Nice, thank you. I have actually done a horticulture course with Adam, so if he sees this, he's going to be very, very angry at me.
Have you given up on the trowel?
Yes. I'm not a trowel girl.
Actually looks really nice already.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Cool. So now we just get some of that leftover grit in here.
Yeah. And use it as like a top dressing.
Yeah. Then sit the kettle on. Lovely. Just trying to get the compost washed off of things where we've spilled over a little bit. Yeah, I reckon give them a little bit of time to settle in and grow a bit more. They look really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
3, 2, 1. There we go. Cup of tea.
Thank you.
So, what do you reckon?
I think it looks really good.
Yeah. I actually think, as someone who doesn't know what they're doing with tools or with like DIY or anything, this was actually fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of the scary stuff at the start ended up being okay. Like when it says to carve out some placemats and to do all that sort of stuff, we did it and it ended up being okay. And actually, I'm really excited to see how this is going to grow. It's going to be quite nice just to have this nice little feature in the garden. You have that genuine feeling of achievement with it. And it's also really beautiful. What do you think?
Yeah, I think anyone could definitely do it with the right tools.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
Lovely.